Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Fred The Godson, aka Goldo Frederico, Big Bronx, you know, the God.
Switch the flow on them, they fear the Fred, no hero bread, every lyrical roll on them. I'm the hardest artist, the rawest, metaphoric, flawless, call lawless, all this is causing.
Fred The Godson, he's a rapper, different rapper. Well, let me not say different, he's like the original lyricist, you know what I'm saying? Like the claw from Biggie, Pun, Jay-Z, Nas, them dudes. A fan of the 90s, like where lyrics mattered, and you know, he takes time with the pen, he writes, and he gives y'all them punchlines, the metaphors, them bars.
If you ain't got bars, sit down and just leave it up to me. You been knowing it's Fred, Roethlisberger overthrowing, been over their head. Right. He said I'm nice, ask the cat, I ain't new to him. Ask him, you get it, cat, I will new to him. Been nice.
I was born on College Avenue, 171st. We had a fire, a bad fire. We got burned out, lost everything. So they moved us over here to 156 and Fox Street. Me, my 5 brothers and sisters, my mother and my father. At that time, my father wasn't on drugs. He's clean now, but at that time, crack just, you know, we talking about late 80s, you know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, man. A lot of shootouts, drug deals. With the PS62, which was the school right across the street from the shelter. Then 2 years later, we moved around the block. We stood in the vicinity. We moved right around the block on Leggett Avenue, and that's where we was at. I went to the junior high school on IS52, which was over there. It was crazy. It was still good though, like your regular childhood upbringing. You know, 2-hand touch, football, baseball, basketball. It was just around shootouts, drugs, and killings, you know, and stabbings, you know. Bad environment, but it's, you know, the hood. I fell in love with hip hop when I was like, probably like 8, 9 years old. I mean, let me not say fell in love with it, because I didn't know I was falling in love with it at 8, 9 years old. I would say like 12, 13, it was heavy hip hop in my headphones, and I was always writing. So first couple of bars I spit right near the mailbox, and everybody went crazy, and I was like, oh, this is it.
I'm the truth in the booth, him being king is a pile of lies, followed by the lullabies. I'll advise to calm the rise and get started prompt, and I won't compromise fire.
What does your music consist of?
It's everything together. You have records like So Crazy that'll make you bop in the club. Then you have records like joint I got with a girl named Coco Sarai, where it talks about death and just things that go on in the hood, and you might get caught in that crossfire. You might be the one riddled in bullets, and you know, and your mother crying for you, your wife's brothers, sisters, they missing you. Then you got Monique's Room, where you talk about how the person you love played you, and you doing everything in your power to get her ass back. Spiteful, deliberate, fucking up rent, whatever it is, you know. So and then you got the bar talk, drug talk. I'm everything.
Name some of the artists you work with. What was the energy like?
Got Jadakiss, got Meek Mills, The Game, Diddy, Fat Joe, Lil' Kim, Mano, Pusha T. Everybody had different energy. My favorite would be Pusha T.
Pusha T?
Yeah, that's my boy.
Okay.
We have fun.
Name some of the artists you would like to work with that you haven't worked with yet.
Eminem, Drake, Lil Wayne, T.I., Jeezy.
Explain.
Yeah.
Why?
Greats. I want to work with greats, legends.
I don't act the way Almond act. Words deep, get an almanac. I'm nuts, where's arms at? Anything talking about money, I got my arms in that. Right. Arms are clap where your uncles and your arms is at. Right.
When did you start seeing things start changing from you? from being that unknown rapper
Yeah.
to being the rapper that's known now?
We was rocking, you know, every rapper story. We grind and we grind and we grind. I remember one day my man Sean Prez, that was like the deal breaker that had me from here and jumped up a couple of notches where the nation got to know Fred The Godson, like on the radio, MTV, BET, and everything.
You can recall what song was that really pushed you to that level?
I remember my first song on the radio was "Get 'Em Fred." I will always remember that day. My wife at the time was pregnant with my daughter Sadie, and we was in her father's house at the time. We didn't have our place yet. We was living with him, and I had to go to the studio. And I took a cab, and I was in a taxi going to the studio. And I remember in the back, the taxi had my song playing while we was on a Bruckner. It came on, so I'm like, I know this is my song, so I'm just singing along with it for like half of a verse, and I just stopped and go, I'm looking. I'm like, yo, that's me on the radio. I'm telling the cab, he's Spanish dude, old Spanish dude, looking at me like I don't give a fuck if this song's so great. So he's going, I'm like, yo, that's. So I'm calling everybody, DJ Enough, first person, play my jump. High 97. It was like around 5 o'clock, 5:30. I was going crazy back there. Called Prez. It was just, I'll never forget that.
You're everywhere. You're doing features with everyone. Like, how's that possible? What is that you're doing that's getting all these features? Like, you get more features than some of these big artists.
Yeah. I always say you can't hide the talent. You know, you could be hot, but that don't mean you nice. That don't mean you dope. You know, the people's gonna know what it is. You can sell 1 million records, you can make the bullshit, but they gonna know what's fire. You know, you can be and that dude in the hood. I'm not dude in the hood. I'm the dude that they talk about. I know the arguments. I know the whispers. I know what they saying. They tell it to me all the time. They say it to me all the time. I read the comments. You supposed to be bigger than what you are. Yo, you're crazy. You nice. It's all politics. We know that. But the talent gonna speak for itself. So when people's in them things and they getting that mixtape and they got that fire, they nod their head to it and they like, yo, who think I should get on this? Fred. Fred gonna kill this shit. Yo, I can hear Fred all over this. And that's when all the phone calls come. I don't know nobody that get more calls than me for features of any sort.
Met her Thursday, Sunday, I was in it, man. Next day, I'm a MCM on Instagram. She showed it, seen the way she wrote it. You got that many followers, wifey, you never noticed.
How do you feel about the music that's out today?
It's to each his own. That's the only thing I can say. You got fans like that's as young as my daughter that goes crazy for certain records, that's all. And then you got the crowd that's like me that look for certain things in the music that just, what is this? But they have to be doing something right because it's a fan base for it. They loving it. So, like I say, the only thing that I can say as far as that is to each his own. It's like I don't look for it, you know. I look for the real, you know. But certain people they like to dance in the club. They like to, and I don't. Some of these artists I don't even understand what they're saying as far as English is even going. But I mean, it's to each his own.
You know, to me, it's more about the music than anything. The music and the hook that they're doing that's making them popular. If I could put Fred The Godson on one of them tracks, I think that track would be amazing. So, would you do something like that? Would you ever get to a point where you say, you know what? I'm not saying that you dumb it down, but saying, you know what? I'm gonna keep up to the speed that they're doing and make it lyrical.
We could try that. It might work. It might be a good idea. There was a story, right? I did a record with Young Bird, and this was after Monique's Room. And my manager, Sean Prez at the time, was trying to figure out, well, they know Fred The Godson, they love Fred The Godson, but why isn't it's not getting like big. We want the brand to be big. So he said maybe we should do one of these records that everybody's doing. So we went and got a track from Young Berg, which was Young Berg. Shout out to him, Young Berg. That's my man.
Loving hip hop.
Yeah, Loving Hip Hop. You know,
Producer.
5 times platinum joined with him and Ray J. And he's a genius. He's one of the best producers out there. And it was dope. And we played it. The radio was spinning it. And I remember somebody saying, "Yo, Fred," they was in the studio and they was like, "Yo, Fred, that record is dope. But we don't want you saying that. Not from you. It's a dope record. If you'd have gave those same lyrics to French Montana, it would have been crazy. And it's fire, Fred, but not from you." You know, so it's like you think about, like, this goes back to what you saying put together. But I mean, maybe it's a good idea, but maybe they tell me the same thing.
Absolutely.
You know?
No, I understand completely, because you're right. The kids don't really pick up on the lyrics the way they used to back in the 90s and early 2000s, where you weren't lyrical, you weren't the shit.
Yeah.
Now you can mumble, put a hot beat and a hot hook on it,
and because of that, everybody think they're a rapper. They think before you had to have stats. You know, you were scared to come outside and say some bullshit. You'd be like, "Nah, I ain't ready. I don't want nobody to like tease me or whatever this shit. I'm not ready yet." But because how whack can you be? We done heard the wackest. We don't even understand them. So even if my daughter got on a track right now without writing nothing down and she just went in there and said something over a beat, it might pop. It might go. It just might. You know, I'm lost. I mean, like I said, I don't know, man.
Are you signed to any major labels? And
No.
if you're not, why not?
The offers just wasn't right at the time. Of course, in the next couple weeks, couple of months now, we got sit downs with a couple of people, and hopefully we can come to terms with something that'll benefit both sides. It's just like, you looking at me, I make like at least $150,000 a year. You know, nice money. You know, for independent rapper. So there's a lot of rappers that's on that I know that don't make as much as me, and they're starving. So you know, when you sign that deal, you just gotta make sure it's right, because like you said, Fred, you get so many features. When you with the labels, they cut them shits. Once they say you can't do nothing, you can't do anything. You can't drop a mixtape, you can't jump in a video with nobody or nothing, or you get sued and you lose everything. So it's like, is it worth it? Even if they said, "Fred, here's $500,000 right now," is it worth it to be shelved for life or can't do nothing, and your kids is hungry, wife and everything, you can't move? So it's like, these are things that has to be figured out before I jump in a bed with a label. The only reason why I would want a major deal is because I know my bars and I know people need to hear this. They can get you out to the world quicker than you can. That machine gets, like, it spreads. So I need the world to know who Fred The Godson is. I know my rhymes, my flow, everything is special. You know, the greats compliment it. I just need everybody to know I'm here.
Switch flows, I went over your head. I was told that it was over for Fred. Like paying, now they pay him side by side, collateral. Get it? When you side by side, you collateral.
I got the Goldo mixtape dropping. It's supposed to have been out. Hopefully it'll be out by Memorial Day. 15 tracks, it's fire. Got Joel Ortiz on there, Vado, Jacquay, Molly Stacks, Axel, Joey Badass, hopefully. A couple of more features coming in. Davies, shout out to him. Mr. Papers, everybody, TBMT. And I have a single with Rick Ross called Special Love that's dropping. That's crazy.
Yo.
You know, I'm just trying to bring that feeling back, you know. Just, there's fans out there, because they stop me in the street all the time. I know it's a thirst for it. Yo, Fred, when you going? Yo, we need you. Yo, we waiting, man. We waiting. Yo, fuck this bullshit. And like, sometimes they get mad when it look like they blaming me for this shit. Like, yo, man, how you letting this motherfucker? I'm like, you know, I could just do me. So I know it's a thirst for it, and they waiting for me.
When all said and done, what would you want to have accomplished
in the era of, like, for instance, when Jay and them did their thing in the golden years of the 90s, when, you know, when we say who the best rappers are, we always say Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, Pun, and these were all rappers that was established in the 90s. We never changed that, you know. All the rappers, when we say who's the best rappers ever, they come from there, from 1995 to 2000. That's when it was solidified. There wasn't none of this going on, and I just want people to know, in the era of where people try to change you, tell you to dumb it down, Fred stood the same. Fred just, fuck y'all niggas, you don't like it, don't play it. You know, I don't care who you are, I gotta remain true to myself. You know, I can't be dumb and shit up, like, that's not me. You know, I got a talent, I just stuck by it.
We sent the vid to your Facebook. I wish I seen how your face look. While I'm violating, you a pretender. You caught amnesia, you don't remember. Well, I got the memory of an elephant. I would say the nigga name, but he ain't relevant. I don't give up.
Instagram, everything's Fred The Godson. Fred The Godson Music, correct spelling. FredTheGodson and Fred The Godson Twitter, Fred The Godson Facebook. Hit me. I'm on that Instagram heavy, so y'all hit me. I'll get back, DM me, whatever it is you want to know. We'll talk, we'll chop it up. Goldo. Yeah, it's your boy Fred The Godson, aka Goldo, Frederico, aka Big Bronx. Catch me on the Next Level magazine. Salute.